unfortunately has been accustomed to seeing a few setbacks, this last year brought a pretty significant victory. We've changed the government's mind, and they now understand that the Canadian pension plan is the best way to truly ensure retirement security. These are the people who for years have been telling us to save more money, put it in RRSPs, and hand it to the stock market. We are not finished this battle, but we've got some meaningful changes underway, and we can win this.
Thank you all. I know from the Save Our Prison Farms campaign, this community stood up for what is not right. I know from the Poverty Roundtable, people are standing up for the poverty that is still experienced in this city and know that this is not right. I know that the labor movement stands up for fairness in the workplace because it's not right when people are fired irresponsibly or not given proper work, not paid correctly.
This council is going to have one of its most important votes, and it's on whether or not to build housing over in Barryfield. And we've had a lot of NIMBY opposition to that. There's been a housing built in other parts of town, Montreal Street, the North End, Rideau Heights. The city doesn't spend any money.
Thank you, Steve. Rob Matheson. This actually isn't an election platform.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Thank you, Steve. I don't know how I'm going to follow that up, but I'll try. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens, good morning. Labor Day is here again. It's an honor and privilege to be here before you today, both as a city councillor and now also as a candidate for mayor of our fine city of Kingston. Often the significance of this day is lost as just another day off with pay or overtime. A final long weekend before the end of summer. But Labor Day is more than that. It's a testament to the triumph of the actions of United Workers of days gone by and today. Canadians across the nation have this time to reflect and remember those who worked hard to make it possible to have the standardized benefits that we enjoy today, including hopefully a living wage very shortly. If we forget our history, as the saying goes, we are doomed to repeat it. Here in Kingston, as Canada's first capital, we have a lot to be very proud history to remember. The first Prime Minister, the father of Confederation, our very own Sir John A. Macdonald, was instrumental in implementing and passing on June 14, 1872, the Trade Union Act, which legalized and protected union activity. I have lived and traveled a great deal in my life and have learned firsthand the benefits of a group and a community, as well as a union, working together. This is the founding principle of the labor movement, in which employees work together to ensure fairness and justice in the workplace and in their communities. Now as citizens, we must translate this to the greater community as well. The prison farm was a fine issue of community working together to bring about hopeful change and sustainability to our local community. My campaign is about building a stronger community together. This vision includes not only my friends in labor, the workers they represent, and the citizens of all walks of life throughout the city, but also our representative partners in business, not-for-profit and social agencies, and of course, our different levels of government. There are extreme challenges that we face together, but we are not in this alone. Our community, province, and nations all over the globe are facing those same challenges. But along with those challenges are opportunities. And it is my vision that will put Kingston at the forefront of the solutions to our challenges. It will put us in a position to capitalize on the opportunities available to us and implement a living wage for Kingstonians. Climate change and increasing depletion of resources already having an influence and impact on the world, and yes, here even locally. As economic growth increases, so does the use of non-renewable resources. Resources that should and must be preserved as best as possible for future generations. Now it is time for us as citizens of every ideology and walk of life to make use of our collective numbers and voices to make the changes, political and social, required to steer us away from the effect of countless years of uncontrolled consumption of our planet's resources. Consumption of non-renewable resources that, as notable scientist Stephen Hawking warned earlier this year, may force humanity to have to flee to the stars after the earth is no longer fit for us to live on. Albert Einstein, another renowned scientist, gave us the key to solving the problem highlighted by Mr. Hawking when he said, "We cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used to create them." Moving forward, we will have to adopt new ways to deal with the issues faced by this city and every other city as well. It is my plan to make Kingston the model of a 21st century city as we transition to a more sustainable way of living with social justice, equity, and a living wage for all. The road ahead will not always be easy, but we must start now by working together to elect a leadership with a vision for the future of this city, a future that is founded on the most basic principles of Labor Day, social justice, equity, and fairness for all. We must work together to build a stronger community. Thank you.